race going on here? No servers. Uh-oh. There we go. Oh, wait. There's no servers that I can use this car. Because I got that filter on. Oh, interesting. That's pretty rare. Well, I have to drive something else. Been driving this Lamborghini Huracan quite a bit. Got the tune working pretty good on it, so. But here's a Cayman race. They're in a practice. Push. Cayman. Hello and welcome. We're streaming on Twitch, YouTube, and TikTok. Appreciate thumbs up on the video. Thank you. And the follows and subscribers are nice. Thank you. Change on sessions. Okay. Okay, I think we got the stream set up now. Never raced this car on this track, so we'll make a tune for it. Sort of a quick and dirty to get her going. The stock tunes on these cars aren't bad. And you could probably just go as fast. Let's see if we can get this thing to spin out or rotate. If we get it to spin around, then we can dial it back in with some adjustments here, maybe, and make it turn without losing grip, and then we'll be fast. It'll take some finessing to get the balance right. And there's some things in the tune I can't touch yet. Like some cars you can't even see the spring rate. And they also need to set this stuff to different measurements. Not everybody's European. Okay, I think we're qualifying, so we're ready to drive. Got it in VR. Yeah, looks like it's cropped okay. You guys can see it, I think. It's basically going to show you. I think it's better to show you the right lens, because I have two lenses right in my VR headset. I'll show you the right lens because I think it's a little bit. Let me set this up here temporarily. A little bit better centered. Yeah, the left lens is showing a lot of the left mirror and about over to about half of the dash. The right eye is kind of looking at can almost see, you can see just a little bit of the left mirror and most of the right dash. So that's probably the better view. I figure eventually they'll have some field of view sliders and stuff, and we can, you know, tweak on it some more. But for now, I guess it's gonna work perfectly fine. Okay, we're going to start off with traction control on 2 and ABS on 2. I find that settings of 1 typically will get you killed. So I like to start off on 2s. Alright, mirror's not working. Okay, what's up? Let's go to view settings. There's settings, and then there's also view settings. View settings, you can move your head up and down, your pitch and stuff. I have not messed with motion yet. I was watching somebody else's VR gameplay, and I don't think it was this game. And they were tickled about the Big Screen Beyond 2, which is a new VR headset. It's tiny. So physically it's very small. It's like wearing sunglasses almost. But I noticed his shit was real fucking jittery. Like, just the camera was just. It looked like the camera was mounted to the center of the wheel, and the wheel was just bouncing up and down, you know, as it's going down the front. I was like, oh, you like that? So I don't know. Maybe settings like this might be, you know, what that other game is missing, or something he needs to adjust. But this. Oh. No, I think we want that on. Yeah, you know. Mirrors. We didn't make it. The left mirror disable is off. Center mirror is on. Left is on. Right is disable mirror on. The way they wrote that's kind of backwards sounding, isn't it? To me it is, but anyway, that should give us a mirror. Okay, so apparently I've been having to do this maybe even per car, because these view settings. Okay, so settings and video and all this is global settings. This is going to affect everything, every map, every track, right? And then you got view settings. Once you get in a car and you get on the track and you hit drive, then you have an option called view settings. And then you get all this other stuff for triple monitors. It's grayed out because I don't use a triple monitor anymore. I used to, and it was really good. Sort of. But you need a lot of GPU to run triple monitors too, because then your resolution is just ridiculous. It's like 7,000 by 1440p. Super wide and narrow, short, however you want to look at it. Okay. Frame rate looks good. Oh, so this is Fuji. So over this hill, we can't see it here, but over the hill there's a mountain. Wizard of Oz. Hussein name. I've seen Hussein in several races. There it is. That's Mount Fuji. How cool is that, huh? Let me close my left eye so I can see what you guys see. Yeah, that's cool. Someone's got a pink Porsche. A lady car. I love VR. I can just look over here where the mirrors can't see. Get right in there. Also, I can look out my damn window. Look at that. You can see the actual airbag. Instead of kind of guessing where it is. The Caterhams and stuff that don't have doors. You're just like, oh, there it is. Like flying a helicopter. See everything. Oh, whoa. They blocked that off? Oh, I like this version better. That little chicane back there's nasty. It's like a super tight turn. Still warming up the tires. We'll let these guys go by. I say let, you know what I mean? I just try not to block them. Well, close. I'm slow, bro. I'm letting you go. I think I got on that curb and it bounced. It might need more traction. There it is, way. Let's try not to get run over here. Light throttle through the grass. Off to the right. Slow cars move right and racing. Supposed to, anyway. There's Lizard of Oz. What's up, dude? Wow, that's ABS 2. That's nearly full lockup. Yeah, ABS 2 is not enough. EVO, traction control 2, ABS 3. That's like a locked right up. Back to pit lane. ABS 3, TC. We'll leave TC on. Yeah, I think 2. Also, I noticed the ECU map button is not working. In a previous patch of this that was single player, I could map a button and change the ECU map. Because different ones have different power levels. And some of these cars default to like 3 in the tune, and then you can press buttons and you watch the OSD, the on-screen display, and it doesn't change. So, and there's no option in the tune-up to change the setting for it either. You can just change the bind, and the bind doesn't seem to do anything. Alpha Storm. Yeah, I was trying to come up with like a tough name, huh? Like Blue Steel. What is this, a build made for ants? Let me know in the comments if you got the reference. All Porsches, all Caymans. Got one guy. Most of these guys are pretty close. A lot of 145s. So that's going to be your mid-pack guys. Looks like there's 15 in the field. So mid-pack would be right here. 145s. Your fast guys are going to be Lena or Lena Carrero Stiensen. Okay, Hanif Laputin. Jason Short. Hopefully he's not actually short. That'd be unfortunate to have that name and attached to you. Yeah, so Lena is faster in Sector 1. Faster in Sector 2. Yes. They're just faster on the whole track. They weren't just amazing on one section and then slow on another. consistently fast to understand the driving line and physics. Martin, we got a very pink car, man. Looks like something I would chew if I had like a stomach issue. Let's see. So I believe these numbers above the cars are their ping, because they do change all the time. Hopefully they'll put something more useful like skill rating or safety. Safety would be good. Skill's not really important. I don't care how skillful somebody is, but how safe they are, no, that's important. You don't have to win races to be a safe driver. You know what I mean? So I think safety would be the first thing if they do skill-based matchmaking. If they have enough players to pack, you know, so many servers that you could actually do skill-based matchmaking, then yeah, sort it by safety first, I think. All your safe drivers, your people who are serious and try not to hit each other, get them together, and then after that, you know, sort of fill it in with, if there's room for more, fill it in with people who are maybe not as safe, quite as safe, but are skillful. Door, what up, dude? Oh, welcome, Wes. Sorry I didn't see your message 4 minutes ago. My bad, I didn't even hear the notification. Interesting. Wonder why I didn't hear it. Getting old, Wes. Getting old, Thor. Falling apart, man. Ear's just gonna fall off. I'm good, man. I thought I was gonna have a little rest or something, lay down for a bit, but ate me some ramen, spiced it up real good, nice and hot. It's kind of good, alright. Oh, I jumped to start. Yeah. I gotta make a pit. I'm trying to put some tension on the shifter, so that when it was time to shift, I wouldn't have such a long throw. But I accidentally shifted it. One of those shifters that's got a point where, you know, just suddenly it clicks. Breaking point, if you will. Well, I found it. Well, prematurely, I should add. I got a little bit further on that guy's race truck tune. I hadn't actually started tuning it yet. Just helping him, just using the log files he's already sent me, just kind of going through them. It's on his own. He just started to tune it himself to learn and save money and mostly learn. But he sent me an updated log file, and I detected some problems in it with the engine in the log file. So before we tune it, he's got to fix those things. You don't want to tune a car that's got problems with sensors or any mechanical problems, because we're going to be running the hell out of it, racing it. You don't want to put your name on it. And he scatters the motor. And it'll put together right. So he's got a little bit of homework to do, but he's really good with cars and stuff, so I trust that he'll, and he knows I'm very serious about making it perfect, so he knows how I tune my own car. This car really doesn't, whoa! This car really has trouble stopping back there. That's ABS 3. I think we're going to go to, it'll let me. Nothing's not working. The wrong buttons. Traction control. There's the ABS 4. Oh. I got top there. Yeah, sorry, dude. I didn't mean to spin out right in front of you. You're off guard. If it's a bad hop and a spin, I'm not going to turn up the traction control. But if it's like a pretty normal turn and it just broke free and started spinning, that's when you need traction control. Okay. Does not like to be shifted down to second. You need to be able to tune the deceleration rate on the rear differential. That way I would set it a lot softer so that when I downshift and the RPM zing up and the engine braking happens, it makes the rear tires, the wheel speed doesn't match the road speed because you downshift real abruptly at high RPM. And that can make the tires essentially skid because they don't match the speed of the road. Well, you can on the rear differential, it has clutches, a clutch pack in there, just like an engine clutch. Little clutch fits, and you can adjust how tight that clutch is, how quickly it engages. You don't want it to keep on slipping, then your engine would spin the drive shaft back there, and the rear diff would spin, and your tires would move. The clutch pack back there would hold. But you do want it to slip a little bit. If you have it at 100% diff lockup rate on acceleration or deceleration, what happens is any throttle response change is instantly transmitted to the rear tires, which you would think that's good, and that is good for drag racing. But these are high-speed corners, low grip situations, sketchy situations. What you don't want is to, every time you lift off the gas or hit the gas abruptly, you don't want to send all the power or reduce all the power instantly to the tires, because what you'll do is shock them. Shock the tires. You're going to make a mismatch between the speed of the tire and the road. Cause a slip. In this game, a slip equals death in most cases. You can see it started spinning. I let off the gas, I turned the wheel. Thank God there was a hell of a turn to make there. And that spin kind of worked out. But obviously, it's going to spin it too much. And I don't know if it's traction control problem or not enough wing. That was pretty low speed, so I'm going to say it's probably traction control. So we'll turn traction control up to 3. So usually the rear wing doesn't really come into play too much until over 100 miles an hour. You'd have to put it in a wind tunnel to know for sure, but just saying. See if it still wants to spin out or not. And it has more traction control. That should keep the rear tires from spinning while I'm making a turn, giving it too much gas. I might keep it glued, but some of these spins I think have been just where I was turning sharply and got one of the tires on a curve and bounced it. Got air under the tire. It's okay, a little bump like that kind of give you an idea if you still don't have enough grip, because if they bump and you instantly spin out from just this tiniest touch, you probably are probably on the very edge of maximum grip. Might want to consider tuning it a little better. Thinking that's kind of high on this side. Can't see the right mirror very well. Okay, I'm going to really flog it. Video glitch here. I'm not sure what this is. Switch something to VR. Got a video glitch. It's weird. We had that problem in early versions of the game, like the first couple patches. The AMD cards in particular were having problems. It's a little, my left eye, you probably guys don't even see it. The right eye looks normal. Left eye, the background behind the trees, instead of being blue sky, is black. Left eye. Some kind of graphical shader problem. Not rendering something correctly. I haven't seen that in a long time in this game, so unusual. Not a huge deal. It seems to just be affecting get the tire hot. It seems to just be affecting the left eye. Okay, now it seems to be cleared up. So I kind of looked around kind of wildly when it started that, because I think I remember something about when it had that problem in the old version of the game, one of the pre-alphas. And I could look around and kind of clear it and force it to render something different. Yeah, seems to be good now. Get it held through here. See if it's going to spin her out or not. We're using this race as a tuning session because I've never tuned this car on this track. What better time to tune it than an actual race? Figure out if it's going to kill you or not. It turns pretty good. It's just, we'll see. I wish we could tune the gear ratios. First and second gear is too short for this car. What happens is when you downshift to second or first, sometimes it'll lock up. The gears are so short and the rear dip's too tight. Lock in for a minute or two, see if we can get you anybody here. You got that rear suspension really firm to help it turn. We can always soften it up if we find that it's just over-rotating. I don't think it's actually over-rotating. Over-steering, if you will. Nah. The ring's still pretty hooked up, even with it crazy firm. I mean, it's a Porsche. It's got an engine sitting over the rear axle, shoving down on the tires against the pavement, so it makes sense that it hooks pretty good, and it also makes sense that it does spin. It's probably going to pendulum all the weight behind the center point of the car. It's going to go left real hard, then it's going to go right real hard. and back. Some cars would just slide sideways, kind of like the. Oh, nice pass. Cars would just slide sideways. Kind of this one I drove that. Doing that. Is it the BMW? No. Oh, not in this one. Well, 1 second over our best lap, so doing good. Just a little too firm in the rear, the way that just kind of shot to the right whenever I turned right. It kind of jumped up there real fast. It had no give. And that means it's probably shocking the tires and be what's sometimes trying to spin out with a little bump. A little too firm probably. Forgetting this is a different version of the track, so I keep slowing down for that corner, and then I'm going way too slow. Got some body damage on the front, might be slowing it down a little bit here. I think these guys are just walking away. You all have the same horsepower. Whoop. Late braking to the extreme there. And those with the real fast guy. He'll be back. He may have gone to the pit. I don't see him. Well, the thing about racing is you gotta be consistent. Once you get fast, you gotta be consistent after that. We're still trying. We're usually pretty consistent, but not while we're tuning the car. New track. Good race. That's fun. What's up, Stormy? Alright. Cool off for a second. Hello, everybody. Welcome to the stream. No, I didn't sleep, Thor. Yeah, I'll sleep when I'm dead, Thor. Plenty of time for that. No, we picked up a new follower about 20 minutes ago. West364. That's our first one today. Some days you have a bunch, and some days you just don't have any. But we got one 22 minutes ago. Gotta love it. Alright, let's hop out of this. Thankful for each and every one, believe me. Most people don't build an empire overnight unless they do something outrageous, and I'm not, I'm not that outrageous type, so. We're gonna earn our way to the top, not on a gimmick. That's truth, though. I don't die, I just multiply. I'm like a cell. Just split off, make another one. Alright, that was the Cayman race. Let's see, that's F1 cars. There's a Mola. That's a huge track for a tiny slow car. I don't know about that. It's pretty boring. Same with Suzuka. It'd be okay on Suzuka. Hi, Emmanuel. Goodbye, Emmanuel. Thor brought out the man hammer. You'd think they'd switch it up, these bots. It's the same crap every time. Oh, amazing stream. Add me on Discord. I'm like, yeah. The other one is they whisper to me. And they whisper, love your energy, love the stream, blah, blah, blah. Nothing specific about the car you're driving. It's never anything specific. It's just a generic copy and paste. You can kind of tell. They're not copy and paste, but they're all kind of similar. But they'll say, they'll talk you up for a while, hey, great stream, blah, blah, how long have you been streaming, blah, blah. And they'll kind of start changing the conversation into how long you've been streaming, what's your goals for followers, what are you doing to get more followers, and then eventually it turns into you need a brand ambassador, and then check my profile, I've got 30,000 followers, and I've got a friend that got me rich because they were a brand ambassador, and basically they help you grow. Do you have a brand ambassador? Do you know what that is? Every time it's the same damn thing. And some of them are clever. So I had one girl string me along for days, like 4 days or something. Just, talking and about streaming, and I'm a streamer too, and then you start getting hit with that shit, and you're like, motherfucker, catfished again. I wasn't chasing her like that, but you know what I mean? It's just the point. People wasting their time. Better South America server, GT3, Laguna Seca. That would only be the BMW. I just don't like the BMW that much. It spins, it slides, and then it can't recover most of the time. We're just on Fuji. Let's see, is there any races I can use my car on that aren't locked? Out in Laguna Seca. But here it says not eligible. It says GT3. But the filter shows it. I can use this car. There's 3 races I can use this car on, and they're all locked with nobody on them. Like, what's the point of locking your server if nobody's using it? Like, I can't even drive this car but on one track, and when you go to click on it, it says that it's not eligible. That's crazy. That's a great car. I can't use it on any tracks. Out of all the tracks that are playing right now, all of these. Seems like all these servers are GT3 or which is basically the BMW. More Mazdas. GT3, GT4. That's Cayman. Not Cayman. Yeah, Cayman. Alright, let's just refresh it and turn the filters off. Except for locking, we don't want to see those. Alright, F1, Cayman we just did. X5, they're currently racing. X5 qualifying on Suzuka. X5's kind of boring. It's a little slow. And something a little more interesting. MW Red Bull Ring. The M2. That's a nice car to drive. It's very smooth. The Red Bull Ring is smooth. We'll do that. Bring out the blue bomber. Like so. Join. How's the stream looking? Close my Discord DMs only for friends, I think. Yeah, some of them hit me up on Discord without me adding them, you know. They figure it out. Sounds like it's raining. I've not been on a rain track. This might be awful. Looks good? Okay. Yeah. What's it doing? I was going to a tune. Oh, it's changing from practice to qualify, probably? Yeah, qualify. And then I hear the fuel pump whine. That buzzing noise. I don't know if you can hear it. That's it. Yeah, it's almost exclusively on my left ear. I could hear a fuel pump. No motor running. They're electric motors with just a propeller, you know, basically, or an impeller, however you want to look at it. But and they run off of voltage. So the more voltage you send to them, the faster they spin. And they usually have a regulator that keeps the voltage, you know, at 12 or 14, whatever's coming out of the alternator, depending on the pump, what it can handle. So the whole trick in some of my cars, I used to buy what was called a Kenny Bell, made a booster pump. He made blowers for cars like superchargers and stuff, but he also made a kit called a booster pump. And the booster pump was basically like an amplifier. It would basically take the voltage and step it up. So if 12 volts was coming at the pump, you'd put that in the way of it, a little knob, and crank up the voltage and step it up. Voltage stepper. And anyway, you can make a small fuel pump flow more pressure, and effectively make a small injector flow more, because every time it sprays, it's got more head pressure behind it. Kind of like a garden hose. If it has more pressure and you suddenly open it, every time it sprays, more is going to come out. So the booster pump. Anyway, very familiar with fuel pump whine noises. ABS 1. Man, I don't know, one's awful. No. Start with that, I guess. 2. Start with that, I guess. Oh yeah, this is a wet race. So I'm going to save this tune on slicks. Obviously, I don't want to save it on wet. Rotate. And we'll start with that. If it over rotates, we can adjust. 72. Just a tiny bit of rear wing, so I have good top end. Save this. Did the rain go away? It's raining 21. Guess it is raining. Let's drive on the wet. See what happens. On the dry tires, on the wet surface. See what happens. I haven't driven in the rain in this game yet, so it's probably awful to deal with. But check it out. So there's the infield. It's like a little go-kart track or something. Front straightaway. Start here. Race starts here. That's turn 1. Way down there. It's turn 2. Way down there into the woods. Back around. And that's a way back here in the far right. Is the down. That's actually a pretty steep downhill, fast corner with a funny bump at the end of it. It's kind of wild. Every time you hit it, and you're like, "Oh, how am I going to keep this car straight?" I feel like it's going to spin out, but it's banked so wildly that you somehow stick to it a little bit. Because the car tries to shove sideways and spin out because it's such a sharp angle with a dip. But you start sliding, and then you hit this bank that they built, like a. Well, that's it right there. That red and white stripe section at the end of the corner. No, that's not it. Where is it? It's that one back there. That red and white section. It's crazy. It's kind of like almost like an afterthought. Like, oop, everybody's dying here. Let's let's put this bank in. Okay, traction control's on 1. That's not right. Gotta get on 1. Didn't I just set the tune to 2? Alright. Slicks with no tread pattern on a wet surface. We should hydroplane pretty badly. Yeah, traction control's going crazy trying to hold it together. Yeah, the rain physics look cool on the windshield. I like that. Dots on the side, like overspray, and then long stripes on the windshield. The bonnet looks clear. The hood looks clear, though. It may not be raining everywhere. Somebody. But the spray in the rear view does not look that good to me. You can see like it's chunks of spray that's like puff, 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 instead of one smooth spray. I'll get out of your way, dude. I mean, you could have gone on the right side, but whatever. We're still on the dry tires on a wet surface, so figure it's gonna spin out or not stop. in there at high speed. Ooh. Yeah, I felt like the rear brakes locked up. I say felt like, but visually the car kicks sideways from the rear. It's usually a sign that the rear brakes are locking up before the front. We can adjust brake bias. I have to. Get the bumper on the left side. Let it break loose for a second. And it's spinning in third gear. Just in that hill where the suspension gets light on the rear tires. This time. Well, I think the suspension tune is fine. We just got the wrong tires on. And even these tires are doing pretty good. So traction control's retarding timing and hitting the brakes, producing power. Well, we did it to a one lap. Imagine that's pretty terrible if you got the wrong tires on. You're on. Can't hit the tune without going back to the pit. If I go to the pit prematurely, then you can't drive or sit out here. Just kind of get an ugly pit view of nothing. Sit here until the other guys go in the pit, and I just kind of watch until I see a P by their names, meaning they're in the pit. This is what Matt Sat's still out driving. Finishing a qualifying lap, I imagine. Yeah, that's him going down the road. See him way back in the distance. How's the frame rate looking tonight? 65, looking at all the people and the stands and all the geometry. Probably higher this way, not as much stuff. Yeah, there we go. Okay, so okay, ready. Okay, I need about 10 seconds. Tires, where's the tire type? Uh-oh. Guys, I hope it quit raining, because it doesn't seem to be giving me an option to change my tire types. Oh, it's still raining. Shit. Alright. Dang, can I give them a run for their money? I need some audible tone when the race is starting. Sometimes I'm looking at other stuff and don't realize it started. My ABS is in the wrong setting. That happened. Everyone has a mind of its own sometimes. Changing settings and shit. Magoo wants to do some. Mr. Magoo wants to do some laps, I guess. Probably don't have much of a race for him. Dry and tired. Things in traction control all the time. Corners. Oh. Let's turn the ABS up to 3. Is there any more ABS setting? Is that what's going on? Yeah. Just go easier on the brakes. It's just the tires are not the right one. Oh, that's not the turn. Sheesh. Oh yeah, that's realistic. Yeah, they've got to add something into their algorithm for the tire model so that once it starts sliding, if you slow down or you opposite lock or do things to improve grip, that it actually improves grip. Because right now, nothing seems to help. Granted, it's on rain, but it's not ice. Even a car sliding on the rain can regain grip eventually, and just keep sliding forever. It's got a lot of mass, a lot of weight, a lot of pressure on those tires against the surface, slowing it down. Even if it's sliding sideways, it's going to slow down. Not in this game. It starts sliding sideways. It pretty much continues at the same velocity. Wish I could measure it because it almost seems like it speeds up. It just gets worse. Super wide. These just want to do laps. Do laps, what you mean? stopping at the 150 instead of 100. Such a sharp turn. Much more better. There's a dry patch right here. Kind of look like a dry spot in the road. Do they have that physics in the game already? Like a path where everybody's been driving, it's gotten dry. Maybe that's why these tires are kind of half-ass working. It's not just pouring down right. It's raining enough, it should be wet. Just don't see any standing water. Magoo, let's get it. Mr. Magoo was an old comic book character, I don't know. That's who Quincy Magoo is or not? Just lag. Later this one, stuff a little earlier this time. Appear right in front of me and crash me, probably. It's usually what happens when they desync like that. Shift to the third. Find some grip. Oh, Smith did that submarine move again. Yeah, 311 ping. That would be the problem. Now you see him? Now you don't. It's the magic man. Oh, there's Harry Potter. Cool. Cool trick thing. Okay. That one's interesting. Uh-oh. That was supposed to... No. Get that later. Mr. Magoo. turn. Go ahead. Make that right turn there. First time I've ever seen the track like this layout. This gear is so short. The turbo in this car acts like it's like a huge turbo. It doesn't get to full boost until like 6,500 RPM. I mean, it's not realistic. This thing's probably got twin turbos on there and they'll spool instantly. Like, it's not even 6,500 RPM, it's not at full boost. You watch that bar gauge. There's 0.8, 5,800 RPM. And then it falls off at high RPM, which is not like a big turbo. Usually a big turbo will hold the pressure. They need to work on some of this stuff a little bit. I can help them with it. Maybe I will. Maybe I'll tell them some stuff. Once in a goon. That's that. So that was the race. Okay. Well, fortunately I was on wet tires, but I didn't want to tune it on the wets and then save it and it be left on the wets, you know. I was planning on changing it to the dry right before the race, or to the wets right before the race, but how'd ABS get on one? The rest of it looks... Oh, there's where the tire compound was. I was looking all over for it. I was in tires. Why would the compound be under fuel and strategy for tires? They classified this as strategy. That's what. Why don't they just say fuel and tire strategy? Yeah, or strategy. I don't know. It's weird. Most of it looks okay. Alright, let's save that. We'll go to another race. I don't typically do the same race more than once unless there's people in there that want to race with me or something. To bounce around. Usually stay in the same car all day, but some reason the Lamborghini does not have a lot of races available for it. It's like it's not classified right. I think it's technically a GT2 car, but it's not being allowed in GT2, some of the GT2 races. So if we select Ferrari, they talk about. I haven't retuned this one. What race is this? You gotta go with the black one, right? They're all the same. Just color. Yeah, it's just color. You can look at the tune in it. What races can this car get at? One? They're to practice and there's nobody in there. Well, that's actually ideal for tuning. Oh, it's gonna password. I got the box checked that says filter out the ones on the password. Now it showed me all of my password. This shit don't work right. Because this car can't go in any other races. MX5. Do we have enough MX5 races? We have 2 servers with MX5 Circuit of the Americas by SimGrid. National and GP. Alright, SimGrid, we'll get it. You like the MX5. I think they got a server for every server and every... Do they really? They really love the MX5. They got a server for every MX5 possible race. Oh wow, these are all SimGrid MX5 races. Well, if you like the MX5, the Mazda, you can race to your heart's content. But if you like the Ferrari, what's it called? 488. It's the only one where 488 comes up. And then when you select it, it's like, no, we're talking about this Ferrari. Scuderia. 2004. So it's actually a car I cannot actually race. I filter out everything. It just shows that one, and it's looking for the other Ferrari. So you can't actually drive this car in multiplayer. Isn't that crazy? You would think Kunos would host a server that all cars could enter in for each track. Isn't that common sense? Got a new game, got all these tracks. You know, at least host a server for each different track, or host one server that rotates to the different tracks that all cars can get on, so people can check things in multiplayer. Just weird, man. I don't understand them. Back to multiplayer, server list. Back into Lambo. What's it about? What can I drive it on? Nope, can't do that one. That's the F1 car race, so you can't drive GT2 cars. Oh yeah, there's something else. The other day I clicked on special events and it was blank, but earlier I clicked on it and this came up. So maybe this is where everybody's at? Is that usually that means season? Season 1? Season 2? Season 3? So are we on season 1 right now? Could click on any of them. Oh, it's a goddamn. It's the MX5. Every race is MX5. Hostint? What does that mean? Hot stint. Okay. I was like, host? I can't read. What stint? Hot stint. What the hell are you supposed to do here? Just drive? What's up, Cronus? Hey, Michael. I've never seen a server roll to another track. They roll to the same track, but I've never seen a server go to another track. That's something I've been bitching about since the inception of this new version of the game. Is like, please don't make it like ACC where people host a server, one for each track. They need one server and just rotate the tracks. Why does everybody have to pay for 10 servers? It's crazy. And a lot of people are pissed because you used to be able to host your own server. You didn't have to pay for it, right? And because it was open like that, all these websites and race leagues popped up. They could had the access to the API, so they could build stats websites and all kinds of stuff. So there's a lot more coming. But right now they got the dedicated server locked down. And a lot of game companies do that because they don't want game, like, you know, some kid hosting a server and it'd be a shitty server experience on his crappy laptop at home, and you know, on his grandma's Wi-Fi internet, and then people go to play the game, they hop on his server and it runs like shit, terrible experience, and then they get off the game, don't come back. So I mean, I get why they would want to control over the servers and only allow a handful of companies right off the rip to even host them at all. It's just a control thing, but to ensure that they have a good launch and not a bunch of dumb bullshit servers set up. But on the flip side of that, why is there a server that every car can enter for every track? SimGrid has fucking 10 MX5 servers, one for each track, but why isn't there a server for all the tracks that all the cars can enter? I have to tempted when I host a server, what I want to do is to host all the tracks and make it rotate from one to the next. Otherwise, I'm going to have to sit there and shut down the server after every race, change the map, change the track, fire it back up, hey everybody, reconnect. That's just going to be kind of asinine. I mean, we could do that, and then we could leave it on, like, you know, Nürburgring when I'm not around or something. I'm just kind of spitballing, thinking out loud about how I'm going to set things up. I was hoping this week, before the weekend, like before today, there would be an update about the dedicated server portal and a link where we can run a server. I want to get started on that ASAP. I have a finite amount of time before I run out of money and I gotta go back to work. But if somehow this game takes off and I get some donations for the server and help pay the bills for it, do the same with the other games I'm playing, I won't be so out of pocket. I may not have to go back to work, at least maybe not full time. If I'm not working full time, I can work on streaming and stuff. A good place to have a sneezing fit, huh? So I don't really understand the point of this hot stint thing. Does it just show you, like, I don't know, does anybody else get in here? Doesn't seem like it. There's no... It's a real-time leaderboard, position leaderboard. I hear another car. It must be like ambient sounds. Maybe that's what those sounds are. I'm trying to figure out what this is. I actually prefer less ambient. because there's enough engine, tire, road, wind. Extra sounds just kind of cloud it and muddy it, the sounds. So yeah, I don't need it doing like weird engine noises from cars that aren't even on the track. That's just not very realistic. All right, let's go back to multiplayer, see if we can find a race with a car that we like. Driver profile? Oh man. Call my initials MR for Melon Racing. Because I think what I'm going to do is probably start a club and, with this. And well, I was watching for DB. I didn't see any activity, and I didn't feel like sitting there while I was streaming, by myself. So I just kind of moved along to racing. But certainly if I get to a point where I can't find a race I want or get bored, then I'll probably swap over to DB. Yikes. Well, guy was supposed to send me some money today at 5:30. It's 8:15. Isn't even happening. Are we getting in Discord? Okay. Let me just kind of look and see if I can find a race. I wanted to do some racing, but I'll do some shooting too. I'm down. Alright, let's filter for this car. There's just I can't even drive this car. Bruh. Y'all gotta host some servers with all the cars. This is crazy. That nobody has a server for all the cars. I would even get on a server with all the cars, including the F1, just so I can get on there with all of them. Yeah, nothing for it, this one. See what everybody's playing. MX5 Suzuka. Okay. That's fun, but it's full, so. F1, I don't care about F1 cars, they're not real cars. BMW M2, we did that. Red Bull, we did that very race. Another MX5 on Brands Hatch. That would be okay. Another MX5. I just don't want to do MX5s all the time. To me, like MX5s, that's an entry-level race car. They're very competitive for the money. So when you're a beginner, that's what you buy. You buy a Mazda MX-5, a Mazda Miata, they call them MX-5, same thing. And you just zip around the track for low buck. They're not real fast, but they handle like nuts because they, don't weigh anything and they're low to the ground. They don't have a roof. So, they're great for that. It's very much like the old Cobra, the old GT. The Ford GT, the early ones, it was a Cobra GT, the first ones. They were convertible, look a lot like an MX-5. Just hell, did they even have a windshield? Maybe a little bubble. Okay, Michael, let me see what I can find here. I'm having trouble finding a fun race, unless you want MX-5. That's got 1,000 rows. 6 people in the Brands Hatch Indy race, so the layout's weird or something. It's already the shortest track ever, so what would the Indy race be? Okay, I already just did that race. That's F1, I'm not interested. Another MX-5. I say Suzuka 718 GT4. I'm not a real fan of the Porsche. I don't know about 718. Does that sound right? Aren't they 911s or 9 something? 718 doesn't sound right to me, but maybe there's a car in there I don't know. I did Fuji just a little while ago. Maybe like Donington Park. How about Circuit of the Americas? Is there like a circuit that's got they're all MX5s. That's a big track, and I don't like slow cars on a big track. It just feels so boring. What about Donington? I'm just thinking like some tracks that aren't on Forza, because I played all that all the time, Suzuka and all that shit. Donington. Yeah, Circles of Americas is cool. Just keep refreshing this list, try to find something active that might be interesting. Good lord, Lauren. Look at the ping on these. Bro, is my ping that bad, or is the server browser screwing up? It should be showing my ping, not the servers. It's just odd that a whole bunch of them say 176 on the money. Are they all hosted in the same place? Yeah, all these SimGrid ones are probably in the same location. Oh no. Italy? Linux Spa. Requires password. Let's filter those out. If you're actively highlighted on one that is locked and you filter out the locked ones, it still shows it. Interesting. Okay, so let's just keep looking. Yeah, I like the Lambo pretty well. And if you click down here on car, you'll see, oh, this is the only one that says, you know, comes up in the list. But then this is the only car available. So yeah, I'm just don't have a lot of server options. I notice this number here is 72 of 72. This is usually like 130 to 140. So there's not a lot of people playing right now for some reason. You know, usually all these servers are, a lot of these servers are packed. So I don't know if something's wrong, or is it just because they have just MX5 servers for the most part, turning people off? I don't know. These are also laggy. Suzuka MX5, F1 MX5. We just did that race. My car's not eligible. GT3 Fuji, just did that race. Spa GT4, I guess we could do that. There's one guy in there. You want to do that one, Michael? Oh, it is a 718. I didn't know the Cayman was a 718. Is it? Yeah, I think I didn't realize that. Okay, we'll go for that one. It's the Low Field Motorsports Beta Server 13. I don't know how this game works with Steam yet. I don't know if we're friends on Steam, but you could pull up my profile and add me if you want, and then maybe try joining on me from Steam sometime and see if that works. Just curious if we can send invites to each other or not. Let's look at it. Friends, see if I can invite anybody. I don't have any friends with this game yet that are on this Steam, I don't think. There's Michael. I'll leave my tune up and I'll hit the track in just a second here, Michael. Yeah, you don't have to wait on me, obviously, but just saying. Just try something a little different. Okay, I'll take a look in just a second here. Thank you. Alright, we got a tune up, a bass tune, just a basic. Are you playing on just a regular monitor? What resolution and detail setting you got it set at? Just curious, what kind of frame rate do you get? Do you monitor that kind of stuff? Some people just play games; they're not into all that. But kind of a techie guy, so I like to fine tune things, get the most out of them. Tune my computers, and I tune my cars, and was that kid that took all my toys apart when I was a kid and pulled the motors out, put bigger batteries and motors in them, and swapped them around, changed wheels and tires. And 37 curve, 34 to 40. Oh, nice. Yeah, that's what mine is. My flat panel's LG OLED, 3440 by 1440p. It's just 1440p as well. Yeah, it's a good size. When you get in the 30s and 40s, it's really nice. Average 55. What video card are you on? I don't remember if you told me. Oh, really? On an ARC? Hell, that's great. Is the 580, was that the top of the line on the Intel? I can't remember. Well, I'm glad to hear somebody's playing it on an Intel. Thank God. We need the competition. It's freaking AMD and I'm sure Intel's in it for the money too, but 3 competitors is better than 2. Oh, lost forward feedback, force feedback. Okay, it's back. Let's see if it stays. Sometimes it does that. It does that a whole lot on Forza. Once in a while on this game, so I do think it's something to do with the wheel. Or garbled telemetry data being sent through the line. I don't know. That was a weird thing. Let me play that back, actually, because I can't tell. Oh, I probably should get out of the room. Figure it out. Was it traction controls wasn't strong enough and it spun? Or was it just lateral loss of grip because of the wing? I really... It happened so quick. So if we go to replay, I think I should be able to see it happen. Oh, there's me up there spinning. Is this me here? Yeah, that's me. We really don't have a camera view there, do we? I wonder why they don't have a... Like in the... what is it? Play it in reverse? Is that what that is? I don't think so. In the previous version, in single player at least, I don't know about in this version, but in single player you could change it to different vehicles and cameras, and so you could figure out what happened. And there should be like a chase camera so I can see exactly what happened now. So I'm coming up the hill there somewhere, but I'm so far away I can't really make out. There's no zoom or click and drag, right click, scroll, mouse buttons. Nope. Okay. Now all you can do is you can slow it way down. It's so far away, I don't know if you can see. This is why you need telemetry data. You could play it back and see, you know, throttle position versus wheel speed, front and rear wheel speed differences. That's how you determine where spin is. Just see me crashed up there. I can't really tell what happened. Yeah, there I am coming up the hill at the very, very back there. And I'm already sideways, so going into the wall. Boonk. Huh. The replay is cool, but it just can't tell what happened. These fellas are going at it. Alright. So I don't know whether to add more traction control or add more wing. Well, wing would negate the need for the traction control, I would think. And then that would allow the car to accelerate out of corners quicker. There's more traction on the tires. And the traction control won't have to kick in. Instead of using traction control as a crutch for a lack of wing spinning wheel problem. That's my thinking. We need to save it. And overwrite the old one. And just double check everything else. Make sure I didn't screw something up. Sometimes I actually firm up one fender and forget to do another and stuff like that. Yeah, looks good. Uh-oh, what's it doing? Clayton Miller's in here twice. That's impressive. We also have Quincy Magoo in here. Quincy and I did some laps earlier. He was chill. That's good races. How am I in? Yeah, it's gonna scoot me back, right? With the green paint, John. Almost color matched the wheels. A little olive. Seem right. A little blue. Oh, there it goes. It's countdown. Usually when it sits there for a super long time like this, it's I'm gonna go. But since it does have a countdown, we'll let it count. What is my frame rate? I can't see it in VR, so I'm gonna turn on a little overlay in VR. 62. Not terrible considering we got a full field, right? Not a full field, but a field. Mr. Magoo, you're in the wrong gear, bro. We don't have a lift. You get crashed like that. You gonna get crashed like that? Pull in front of people and hitting the brake. That's pretty stupid. Bad driver etiquette. See somebody coming around, you don't get in front of them. Scoot out of the way. up there again. And that was with extra wing. So I think the TCS needs to go to 3. And then 2. Kind of felt like the tire started spinning as it came up and over the hill. A little more wing could help, but we can try TCS 3 on the fly. I can't tilt the wing up on the fly though. We'll try TCS 3, and if the spinning goes away over the hill, then that'll work for now. Might need a little more. Stuck the corner that time. First gear is too short. I hope they open it up to transmission tuning too. Since in Forza, that's a big part of making a car feel good or not. Some of them have terrible transmission gearing. That's weird, man. I had the wheels straight and it was going sideways. This gotta be the wing. That's all we can do. All we can do for now is keep turning up the trash control. Trash control 4 now. Problem is I can keep the car from rotating well around these sharp corners. It won't allow it to slide at all. I'm kind of feeling like there's a phenomenon in this game where if you have less spinning out of the rear tire, it actually seems to turn better. I swear it turns better with more traction control on. That doesn't make any sense at all, but Sometimes you find little quirks in games that the setting is dumb. You would never do it in real life, but it works great in the game. Double yellow. The wreck I had? What happened? Thickest hilltop ever? Kind of? Oh shit. I feel like the car's struggling to accelerate. I think the front end's so smashed up. I like the Forza version of the track better there. It doesn't have gravel on the outside, so you can go faster through there. It's paved. Shifts never feel like rev matches. They feel so funky. And they break the tires loose. The rear diff, the D-cell is way too tight. Go. Too much wing. I don't know. Here we go with this shit again. This guy likes the block, doesn't he? Gonna try to block me again. He's in the middle of the road. Yeah, this guy's just an idiot. I'm just an idiot, dude. I go left, he goes left. I go right, he goes right. Doing that shit on purpose. I got the penalty for that. Bro, I'm gonna get in my way. Yeah, I saw that coming with that guy. I must think he owns the road or something. Dirty drivers. That's part of online racing now. Ain't no big deal. Oh, Grady's in front of me again. Most drivers, the common sense would be like, okay, he's clearly faster than me. He's caught me 2 or 3 times in a row, and every time he comes around me, I have to hit him to get him out of my way. Maybe just let me go around, dude. Maybe just take the loss and let the faster car go around. Instead of fighting me for the position and wrecking me every time. Man, that first gear is so short. It's too short for a hairpin corner. That's crazy. I would change this gear ratio in a heartbeat for my real car. First gear is useless. Can't even use it on the track except for the very beginning of the race. Wrong ratio. Alright, GG. Quincy Magoo with the win. Dave. They're not showing the results yet. Might wait for the results, but just kind of want to click on the times because I mean this is not really indicative of my lap time. Kept running into Clayton Miller. Just guy here in the green car. Every time I seen him, it was like a zigzagging every which way I went. And he's clearly watching me in his mirror walk. But you know, do what you want to do, man. It's just pixels on the screen. You paid for the game, not me. I just won't be inviting you to my list of fast friends on my server, that's all. There you go. So race, where's the telemetry info? Oh, it's gonna crash. Yeah, you see when the sound drops off, it's gonna crash. That's any game. Not very concerning. That happens sometimes. Change my background. Go under the map? It's kind of weird. It looks funny on my desktop monitor because it's trying to cram both eyes in one view and it's kind of squished so the car looks squat. But on the actual street it looks normal to me. See if there's any other. Still want to drive my Lamborghini. I've been tuning on it. I'd like to. There's absolutely no server that I can use this car on. Bro, why do you even put it in the game? You can't drive it. You don't even provide a server for it, and we can't host our own. Crazy. F1, MX5. Cayman at Spa was just at Spa. MX5. Aberrath Laguna, that's pretty slow, real slow. Donington MX5. Spa, just there. Donington, can't use my car. What car can we use? Only the Caterham. Yikes. Bro, I guess the Brits have love for the Caterham. The Americans don't really get it. I like it. I mean, it's cool, but the Americans don't even know what it is. So having a whole server dedicated to Caterham is kind of weird to us. It's like, what's so special about that car? Where's password? Alright, let's filter those out. No passwords in here, except for that one. I'm gonna click off of it, unclick, click again, and then that'll filter it out. So no passwords. F1, Hot Lap, MX5, Cayman, we just did that. Another Porsche. Not Panorama though, I do like that, and it's in a practice. Which Porsche? Any of them with traction? This one says ABS and TC variant, but I've been in that car and it does not have traction control. If it does, it's automatically on and it doesn't work. So I'm gonna go with the Cayman. It definitely has traction control. Let's get in there. Michael, you want to run the Cayman in Australia? Jeff Vane is in here. Welcome, Jeff Vane. Alright. Don't think I've run the Cayman here, so I may not have a tune for it. Maybe though. I do actually. Let's see how old it is. falling apart. It's only 9 o'clock. What the hell, dude? I know. I'm there with you. I think we decided charge control 3 might be the sweet spot on this car. Front soft. That's true. I just looked over and I was like, 9 o'clock. Come on, old man. You talking about falling apart at 9 o'clock? Okay, I think we got a new tune whipped up. It should be better than the old one. Made some revisions since the last. Let's see if we can get this thing hooking and booking. Frame rate looks good. Arthur, I guess Michael's not gonna make it. Is he still in the chat? Yeah, he might be AFK for a minute or something. Speaking of which, I'll go to the restroom real quick. I'm trying to put this on a view where you can actually. We got 5 minutes of practice before I even qualify and start driving on the flat panel. The aspect is kind of off. Okay, got him. Okay, cool. Oh, they don't get me. There we go. We got a little bit of a view. Something like that. We're not on the track, are we? I don't think so. Put this up here in the light so it won't lose tracking and drift as much. But it probably still will a little bit. And I said on the floor, it's kind of dark because I just got a lamp up there. Just a kind of like a, not an amber lamp, but a kind of a warm lamp. So it's not super bright, and sometimes headset can lose tracking because it's too dark. I'm gonna set it on the floor. Sleeping today? Thor, you're a beast. You gotta work in the morning, don't you? I hate to remind you, but I wonder. Be back in a few minutes. Ooh. The camera kind of went wild, huh? What's it looking at? That's not even the track. That's like the town. Okay. Yeah, it loses tracking sometimes. Let's see. Lens is green. Sorry for making the view go crazy, but I have to look at something bright. This map's kind of dark. Everything's kind of, to see smudges in my wind. Yep, time to cleanse the lenses. Taking that that black rubber nose piece that kind of blocks some light getting up around your nose. That seemed to help, but it's still easy to. Glass is dirty. Thor, I'm going to need to borrow your eyes. Can you just ship those over? I'll ship mine when yours get here, because I need them. If you want. It's not too much trouble. Be a pal, would you? It's just eyeballs. Who needs vision, right? Oddly, it's the left eye is usually worse than me. I guess the way it gets smashed in my face. What's that shit on? Corsa? Yeah. Sorry, Michael. I'll get my shit together in a minute here. Sometimes with you. Got it now, though. Both eyes? Man, what a pro. What a G. What a G. Also gonna need your third eye. Check that. Every chance you get. Hey, we can sit in the back like Shaq. So look at the detail on the corners. You've got shock towers with sensors on top. And they twist to adjust the right height or the firmness of the shot. That's a fuse block back there, so that's just power from the alternator running through the fuses before it goes to the electrical system. Lights. You can see like the actual fender skins, the layers of the car, the roof. The rivets. Kind of like a Zeus fastener, a quick fastener. Of course, zip ties. See the welds and the beams. That always impresses me because you can see the dime stacks of the welds and seams. It's pretty cool. A lot of little details, you know, but not overly done to the point where it's, just gonna make the game run so slow. It's got what you need. See these side mirrors. Not been real happy with the view of those. Very pixelated. Must be under the regular settings. Video graphics. It's at the bottom. Resolution, yeah. Medium's too low. It's very grainy and pixelated, but the frame rate's better. Try high again now that we got other settings optimized. Maybe it won't drop down to no frame rate again. Certainly way sharper, be easier to tell what's coming because sometimes it's so pixelated. It's like, what is that? Looks like my tune. It's got the tire pressure I usually want. Okay, let's make sure I did it already. Third eye. Thor, your third eye is your mind's eye. When you visualize something in your brain, you see it like a drawing something or planning something. That's your third eye. But having a physical third eye would be handy too. I'd have a rear view mirror, a rear view third eye in the back of my head. Kind of like your mom's did growing up. Like, how the hell did she see that? And she's got that third eye on the back of her head. See, just see you doing stuff behind her back. Let's go, Caleb. Porsche on Porsche crime. Go ahead, dude. We're disqualified there. I ain't that serious. Yeah, his ping is 230, and he must have some packet loss. Because you see his car making impossible moves like it's a network problem. Like, you know, it's here and then it's over there. You know, it's... Right now it's looking pretty good, but he's got that rear suspension saw. Yeah, it's not tracking correctly. They need to fix the crash physics. When you hit stuff with ping and stuff, it just kind of careens off and looks weird because it doesn't crumple. The wall doesn't, the car doesn't absorb any of the hit. It just bounces off like it weighs hundreds of pounds instead of thousands of pounds. It's normally if you hit a wall like that, the whole front end of the car would crumple and the corner would be smashed. I hope they add that kind of stuff eventually. Oh, my seat moved right when I set the brakes and rolled. I threatened to take the wheels off the seat before, but probably regret it later. We're in 6th place. Orange dot flag. Okay, what's that mean? Construction? What you got? What y'all putting cones out? What's going on up here? .4 seconds behind Kiev. 3.6, 3.7. Yeah, those cars have more top end, clearly. Whoa, I hit the bump. A little scrape. Whew. Didn't even see him coming. Yeah, the camera looks, the rearview mirrors look way better. I'm sure it hurt the frame rate a little bit, but it's nice to have all the graphics the same resolution instead of some stuff real blurry, pixelated. Yeah, I got myself over the curb. Just met my round. Is it fucked? Oh, it's. Yeah, she's toast, fellas. We're out. Let's go back to the pit. Let's hit drive. Anything we need to change in the tune while we're in here? Should look over it before we pit. Maybe it's... Let's go firm on the rear. See if it'll rotate a little better. Right, and see if the track time gets better. I hate to adjust that right before the race because I can't adjust it without coming back to the pits. I was hoping to test it right before the race, but oh well. 210's the fast lap. 211. .52. So he was really cooking on the back half. Top speed. Yeah, that's the Porsche. Porsche's faster than the Cayman. Top speed wise, anyway. Alright, so Michael got a 53 in Sector 1. He's a second off. Second or two off. I don't have any recorded time. Yeah, dude. 54. Alright, about to go to the race session. Looks like there's 16 of us. This will be a good race. There's just one guy, Jeff. Come on, Jeff. The name of Jeff. Now he's in the old 911. 964. Yep, there it loaded. Good. I might regret that super firm rear suspension, but we weren't setting lap records anyway, so might as well. A little Hail Mary pass right before the race. If it really stinks it up, we can't control it, then I'll just bounce out of the race. But volumetric lighting. Oh, what the? This dude yanked the wheel like he's gonna. When you're in a semi truck, why are you yanking the wheel one direction and then the other right before a turn? Damn noobs. Ruin the wheel, man. I got a track penalty for that too. 5-second time penalty. Right before the corner comes up, the guy goes left and then yanks it real far wide right and runs into me. I'm like, what are you doing? Looks like something a semi driver would be doing on the highway, on the city street, you know, where they have to swing real wide. So they swing real wide out and then cut real sharp. That's what he did. Like, what are you doing? Just take the corner, dude. It's a left turn. If you're making a right turn before a left, you're trying to drift. Well, get out of here when I get crashed into. Oh shit. Yeah, broke another wheel. Pit crew's gonna be like, bro, we're out of wheels. Can you stop? Can you stop, please? You're killing us. Hey, Steven. Yeah, a lot of these servers are terrible pings, aren't they? What race you been doing mostly, Steven? What car you liking? You been doing some EVO, it sounds like? Yeah, I was just thinking to myself a minute ago, like, where's the American servers, man? They got no love for the Americans? How many Americans are going to buy this game? Come on, man, give us a server. We need a dedicated server that every car can get on, except for F1, in my opinion. Those guys can fuck off on their own server because they didn't ram everybody. But there are some exceptions to every rule. Majority of the F1 guys I've seen so far are just in it to run over people. It's a meme car. It's a machine. It's not a car. It's a machine. Can't carry luggage. Can't get groceries. Can't go on a date. You got enough fuel to run a few hours. That's it. 11th position. Wonderful. Michael waiting up. Yeah, we could do some laps of Michael. Might as well. Michael will get crashed out too. You can take the lead if you want, Michael. I'm just chilling at this point. A lot of people on the side. Next closest guy is 9 seconds ahead. Fifth gear. Oh no, bad bounce. A lot of that with this car, honestly. A lot of bad bounce issues. I need to soften up that rear suspension a little bit so it'll absorb. Maybe look at the dampening actually now I think about it. It must be too firm. Can't take a curb. Michael's about the Harry Potter. The back end's too firm. No. Soften up this rear suspension a little bit. I might keep it from spinning out so often. Seems like it's too firm, it's unforgiving. Okay, they need to fix that. I can't get into the tune while I'm in a pit. That would make sense if you could. Why can't you? Pit cruise, adjust camber and tire pressure and all kinds of stuff. The whole car's ECU tune. So I have to hit escape here and then back to pit and then vehicle setup. So yeah. This thing roll a little bit, absorb a little bit. That should help. Always set things up in the rear super firm at first, and if it over rotates, you'll start softening it up a little bit. This tune-up feels more manageable so far. Got on that little groove on the left side. It's like a little rain gutter groove. Michael's taking off. Pretty laggy for him. He's got 241 ping. I don't know what mine is, but probably not very much better at all. That's what I'm talking about, the network code. They need to clean that up. Because that guy's car was moving left and right in the road without actually steering. It was just Just here and there, here and there. Moving laterally without him turning the wheel. You know what I mean? It wasn't like the front end turn and then the back end followed behind. It just suddenly it's left and then it's right. It's left and it's right. Michael's movement looks pretty natural. It's a straightaway. It shouldn't be anything weird going on. Michael always lifts off the ground there. Check this dude out. Where'd he get all his speed from? How's that guy so much faster than us? Oh, okay. My ABS just went to 0. Swear to God, I did not touch a button. It does that sometimes. It just randomly ABS resets to 0. I have a button, but I would have had to hit it 3 times to 1, 2, 3, like that. I didn't do that. Traction control's on the wrong setting as well. It was on 3 and ABS was on 2. Or well, look, telemetry is messed up the controller. Press a paddle shift or something, it's remapped to a different key and it's changing other stuff instead. Well, it is shifting. Best I can tell, that's what's happening. It's almost like the key's bound to several things at the same time, but it's actually not. Alright, Michael, show us the way. Do you know the way? Nope. Oh, man. What's up with the Porsche rims, man? You barely... I don't... okay, I won't say I barely hit the wall, but... Jeez. How long have I been streaming? Am I just making... Yeah, that's usually around the 3-hour mark. I start making a lot of mistakes. And I didn't take a rest earlier to kind of recharge to just to 8, and my energy was up, and I was like, I'll just get back on the game. Kind of feeling a little fatigued. Last lap. 30 seconds. Yeah, my steering wheel did reset. I see the buttons are flashing different stuff now. Bear with me a minute. I think somebody just sent me some monies. One of my customers, not a stream thing. Get your phone to verify. What is my page? It's me. Send the money. Payday, fellas. Big payday for a job I haven't started, but I'm going to start. Gross amount completed. Goods and services, tuning, sniper, EFI. Travis, yep, it's him. Yeah, they're gonna get their money. Payment received. Okay. Trying to get this money transfer kicked off. There we go. Transfer the money. You want to use PayPal balance? Okay, there we go. Fee or no fee? Get it now? Or 1 to 3 days? For that much money, I think we're going to take the fee. It'll be awesome. We're just going to go ahead and sorry to stop the stream for this, but this is a big deal. Let's see if he actually sent it. It says he sent it. I'm supposed to send it at 5:30, but I imagine he went round and round with his wifey over this one. Woo, fellas, we're in business. I'm going to take this money that I earned from this business and advertise another business. See if we can't get this thing moving and rolling. Are we on practice? Sorry, Michael, I just got distracted there. I had to accept a payment. I need to send him an email and let him know that I got it and send him a tune file back. Tuning this guy's to trucky drag races in Memphis, street races and drag races. And I think he's going to some event that's coming up, big event. I forgot what he called it. I hadn't heard of it. So let's just in practice here. Let's see if there's another race or something we can get into here. Well, that is a huge relief. That is a big payday for me to tune his truck. We needed that. Mount Porsche multi-class. Okay, that's where we were. And let's go up there out the locked ones. F1, MX5, Circuit of the Americas. They're in a race. This one's in a practice. Aberrus. Nah. Boring. Mixed hypercars. Imola. I haven't seen this one. That's a new server. Atrocious ping. Mixed hypercars. Is the Dallara a hypercar? I didn't really think about that. I guess it is. That Ferrari's probably got the most speed. But, I like the handling of the Dallara. It's hard to get in trouble with it. I mean, you have to hit some bumps and do some silly shit, which I do, but it's pretty forgiving. So for that reason, because it handles really good. A moment. Let's get in there. Maybe some other people will join. If not, we'll do some laps anyway. Hello to our new viewers. We have some people hanging out. I have some followers in the last several days. We just had one today so far, so maybe we'll meet some new people on the track and get them to come hang out with us while we're racing. That's the whole reason I stream, is just to make new friends to play games with. Anything beyond that is icing on the cake. Let's load up a tune. Let's look. So first it's going to show us the stock tune, 25 pounds. It thinks is ideal. Not much camber in the front and a lot in the rear. Not a lot, but it's kind of unusual to have more camber in the rear than the front. That is really weird, actually. TC on one, ABS on one. Not many options there. 30 on the fuel. Can't do springs. Can't do dampers. Yeah, there's not a whole lot you can do with this car to set yourself apart from another person that doesn't know how to tune. And honestly, I can fully tune a car and it'll feel considerably better than before the tune. I get on the track and it's really no faster than anybody else. So it just doesn't seem like the tuning is rewarding. Like on Forza, tuning's everything. If you got a bad tune, you're not staying on the track fast. In this game, I think you can have a stock tune and be just as competitive as somebody who's tuned the car. It just doesn't seem to make that much difference. Just my opinion. Alright, let's save this race. Michael, you still practicing on that other track, or still around? I moved over to this other one. Just gonna see if anybody shows up. Yeah, there's Michael. The Dallara. We're gonna practice for 8 minutes and then qualifying and then a race. Makes some nice turbo noises. Let me get a fan. Let's get one in here. Crack the window open. It's nighttime, so it's gonna be muggier but cool outside. Right. Headless Horseman. They should put should put a model on there. Other players can see my head, but you can't see your own. It's just kind of weird. I guess they don't want the head camera, the head model, to get in the way of the head camera review. It seems like they could fix that. There's plenty of games that have heads on the drivers, from the driver's point of view. This is a track car. I mean, it's a factory roll bar. Don't mistake that for just a window pillar. That's a roll bar. That way it can race as a convertible and be super light. And also that bar's probably some hardened steel so it doesn't flex. Or titanium maybe. Firm up the front shock towers and body, since it doesn't have a roof to firm it up. Usually a convertible doesn't work too good in some racing applications like factory production convertible cars, because they're not built to be super firm for a track. They're just built to be a cruiser, you know, a convertible. Easy Sunday driver. When people try to convert them to track cars, they find out, oh shit, this thing handles like ass. And it's going to need a roll cage, it's going to need strut towers, which every car needs that stuff anyway, but convertibles especially, because they don't have the roof to hold the body, the front and the rear of the car on the same flat plane. Allows it to twist. Whoa, come in hot on this one. That'll make it work. Hello. I missed the gear and he bumped me. He must have been really close. That's why I said hello. I look back and look to see with his face. I'm so syrup. Oh, come in hot again. Too much talking and not enough driving. Get up here, Michael. I want to follow you for a lap. At least a lap. Michael went with the yellow. It's a banana. The flying banana. We went with the carbon fiber rack. Whoop. Screwed up. I've been gaming for a long time. I think I'm starting to make more mistakes, but I'm having fun, so it's alright. Yeah, go ahead, Mike. Driving like total butt. I'll try to tighten it up here. I feel like my chair's rolling around. I think the wheels are kind of aligned in that way. Every time I hit the brake, I'm rolling backwards, and then I'm not reaching the gas pedal well. Need to put some wheel chocks underneath me. Actually, was going to take the roller wheels off the bottom because I really don't roll around. You know, I get up to pick up things in the room most of the time. Sometimes I roll. But I thought, well, maybe I should just take the wheels off the bottom. But they're kind of like, I guess they got an internal C-clip, kind of a one-time thing. You shove them up into the hole and they clip in. So when you yank on them, they won't come back out. So I can't see the clip to squeeze and release the wheels. I'm not really sure. You know, I just glanced at it, didn't see a quick fix, and went back to streaming. You know, I didn't really study it. Maybe that would keep me from feeling like I'm loose in my chair all the time because I'm rolling around back and forth. One of these days we'll get a proper moving seat, you know, with sim rig that kind of shoves me around with a motor. Then we can feel what the car is doing mid-turn and not have to rely solely on vibrations in a steering wheel and force feedback. I think we can go much faster through this section in that last turn. Hit it right, you can carry a lot of speed up the hill. That was pretty bouncy. One thing I haven't touched in this game yet is the dampening. Definitely need to, because there's so many times I hit these curves and go flying in the air. And the front tires in the air, they don't steer too hot. Found that oxygen is not a good conductor of traction. Alright, let's lock in for a lap. We can get through without spinning out and making mistakes. That was an EG. I'm off the Benadryl. I ran out and I was like, you know what? I need to get off of it. I heard a study the other day. Of course, studies can be written any which way by competitors and everybody else, so who knows? But they were talking about the overuse of Benadryl and potential link to dementia patients. Or getting dementia, I should say. I was like, you know, maybe I should not take dementia-inducing pills every night before bed. But when I ran out, I was like, okay. Benadryl is one of those things I take for, you know, it's an antihistamine for sneezing. Itchy throat, water eyes, all that. But I've noticed with Benadryl, once I start using it, I gotta keep using it. And it's like that with the nasal spray things, which those are really bad for you. I try not to use those anymore. I used to use those, and I feel like they messed up my sense of smell. I still smell, but notice like my dad can smell things long before I do. I don't even notice stuff sometimes. But all that stuff has antihistamines in it, and the more you use it, the more you need it. Like any drug, body gets used to it. Even though Benadryl is one of those you're not really supposed to be able to overdo, I can tell. Like once I use it, I gotta keep using it. If you get off it for a while, then you'll be alright. You need to get back to just using it when I have a real serious problem, not just using it daily to prevent something that may not be there. Steering wheel is resetting. Yep, it's showing gibberish. I can't shift and I can't see behind me. Oh, Michael. Oh, Michael's on the pit. Oh, my bad. I didn't realize the race finished. As you, us chatting, and then the steering wheel froze. So. Hey, a shortcut. I guess this wheel's not going to restart. It's not going to restart. Sometimes it restarts on its own and it's not shifting. I got feedback. I feel everything. It's got tension, but it just won't shift. Coming in way too hot. They're going to give me a penalty for that. Look out, Michael! Good race, bro. That was fun. How do we do? 27, 46, 43 in practice. Well, unfortunately, they get rid of the stats as soon as you park, so I didn't get to see them. That's alright. I was hoping some more people would have joined us. Maybe because the game's been out for a few days, you know, there's fewer people trying it. Some people aren't happy with it. And just doesn't seem like it's got as many players today, and that's surprising for the weekend, and it's surprising because they've got the disconnect problem fixed. But, you know what I mean? I figured there's only 71 people. There should be like twice that many just a day or two ago. Seems odd. Back. So the last. So for the race, I can. There's one, and it's locked with nobody on it. Who buys a server and locks it with 25 slots? Okay. Nobody can play on it. Alright. Well, not that far anyway. Well, Michael, I think I'm going to take a break here. Feeling kind of tired, run down. I should have took some rest earlier. But I was talking to a customer and kind of got done eating and got my energy up, but now I'm kind of falling apart again because I never did rest. So, I'll be back later. Lay down for a bit and then recharge the batteries, and I'll probably be good to go. Might play some Dirty Bomb. Looks like there's a link to the server. Stats. The thing got all kinds of pops and bangs. Yeah. So there you can see who's on the Dirty Bomb server. It's a free-to-play first-person shooter on PC. It's on Steam. It's like 6 GB. A lot of fun. Hero shooter. Alright, yeah, I think we'll end her there. I'll be back later. GG's, fellas. See you next time. Don't forget to follow, like, and subscribe if you haven't already. I appreciate it.